Hi there, it's Arlene, and I have a place and time 8x8 photo album to share with you today that I made with inspiration from Clare Charvill, who is Charlie Jones 2686 here on YouTube. And she did an amazing, beautiful place and time album with just the 8x8 paper and did not add any extra embellishments or cost items, and then sort of put it out there to her followers to give it a go. So I thought I would try it, and actually I'm new at this. I made a lot of rookie mistakes when I was putting it together, including thinking that I'd like to have a little bit more room for photos than she had in her album. So it's turned out to be a lot bigger than I anticipated and doesn't really close properly, but that's okay. You learn as you go. I ended up having to bind it all with my Zutter, which wasn't my first choice, but again, that was a learning curve for me. So I covered the O-wire with this piece of cardstock so that you couldn't see the wires. So I thought that was a better option than the white wires. I only had white and it didn't really match. So I did just use the 8x8 paper pad except for the cover, in which I cut up a piece of my 12x12 place and time, because by the time I got to the cover I was out of paper. And then also on the inside here, I thought when I was doing my, sorry for the shadow, it's nighttime here, it's quite dark. When I was doing my album, I thought, oh, you know, I'd like to add a few more places to add, you know, pockets for memorabilia or other items. So I made these little pockets for every month. And of course that's added to the bulk of the mini album, but that's okay. I think it'll serve my purpose. So I cut out items from the paper, added glossy accents to some of them. That's from the paper. A few more little tags cut out on the back of the pocket. And each month is pretty much the same, which also was a bit of a challenge, because by the time you're getting to September and October, it's hard to really think of new ways to put these pieces together because they're so similar. Anyway, I used some stickles in places and glossy accents. I glossy accented each of these little months on all of the pages. The papers are just so pretty. I love this collection. It's very soft and vintage looking, and each of the months has a photo mat just with a coordinating sheet of plain cardstock, and I just use my punch and I can slip the photo underneath there. And then of course the pretty postcards, which I really like, and I use the small calendar for each month because I thought whatever day I'm chronicling, I could write out the month and maybe just circle it on the small calendar so to remember. The back pages I left plain. I covered with paper that matched the little envelope pocket, and all these papers came primarily from My Mind's Eye Union Square because this sort of vintage soft tones I thought complemented the graphic 45 paper pretty well, and I did not want to cut up my 12x12 place and time paper pad just for the back, because I'm going to cover this with just plain photos, and you can see there's another beginner mistake there. I didn't punch it properly, but that's okay. Here's February's pocket. Again, really pretty little cutout from the paper pad, and I just put some glossy accents on the little Cupid here, so cute, and a bit of stickles on some of these random hearts on that beautiful image. I just love February's page. And then another photo pocket and some tags. I used some glitter here, which I didn't love how that turned out, but I'll live and learn. I probably wouldn't use that glitter again. I think it looks too puffy, but that's okay. Right, I'll put that together after. Back, plain, March's pocket, and more cutouts on the back. For March, I made just a little belly band here and a belly band here, and then these little stamps are up on pop dots, and that's really what holds the pieces here inside. And then I just sort of ruffled this piece of paper along the bottom for added interest. And March's paper, I went with green cardstock, and again, cute little tags. And by the time I'd finished tying all these little bows for this mini album, pretty much about when I was done, I went out and bought the Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher because, boy, it took me forever. The album is not difficult to put together, but it is time consuming if you try it. It's all the cutting, and it takes me longer probably than most people. But I think that it was a great idea to try and make an album with no other embellishments. The back of March's papers from the Nutcracker Sweet Collection. This is April's, which is really soft and pretty. And I cut out some of the stamps and glued them on. And again, April's tags and calendar piece. And then for April, I used stickles here, which I like better. They're a little flatter. I like them better than the glitter, actually. And then these pieces also come out. And under the belly band, and of course the postcard. I think the postcards are my favorite thing. I just love them. And May's pocket with its pretty little Mother's Day image, and I put some black distress stickles around here, and again it's the purple paper from the Nutcracker Sweet Collection, and a little image. This is a deep purple. I don't know if it's showing up very well in this video. It doesn't look very well. Like it looks more blue through what I can see, but it is quite purple. And a little belly band here to hold the tags. And I made this a pocket, but I don't know where the tag went at the moment. And the postcard, calendar, photo mat. And I think I used glitter here too. And the purple turned out better than the green for April, but I don't know if I'd do it again. June is so pretty and soft. It's really feminine and very Lady's Diary-ish, which I haven't been brave enough to cut my Lady's Diary paper yet because it's probably my favorite paper. And I cut this little image out, which reminds me of the Lady's Diary paper, and I just glued it on top of the tag. There's a little pocket here and tags, the postcard. I used some stickles to sparkle up the flowers and some glossy accent for the little angel wings. Cut out the stamps, the postcard, calendar, and more tags, the photo mat. I just love these beautiful roses for June, and I put some glossy accent on the leaves, and then stickles, I mean, to sparkle up her hat and her flowers there. It's very soft and very feminine, I think June is. In July, I had all kinds of trouble with July, but ultimately I think it came out okay. Another cutout on the back of the pocket. Okay, so there's a little pocket here with this tag. And there's a pocket here. And the belly band there. I put a strip of the paper here, glued a tag there. Of course, the photo mats, the calendar, and other tag pieces that come out. I just think that image is just too cute. It's really pretty. This was some stickles on the cherries, which I thought was cute. Just give it a little sparkle on the cherries, but pretty simple. All in all, I think it's pretty simple, but the papers, the images are so beautiful that they don't need much embellishment by the time that you're finished. This is August's pocket. Some glossy accent on the fruit pies. And August, I chose red as the accent color, and that's the photo mat, these cute little tags. And I love the sunflowers in August, really pretty. And a little pocket here with modern Priscilla. I cut out the stamps again, and I don't know if anybody else has trouble with the glossy accents sort of wrinkling the paper. You know, maybe I used too much. I'm not sure what I did, but if you have any ideas how I can avoid that in the future, that would be great. Belly band here, and the back again is just plain. Here is September's pocket, and I glossy accented just the little schoolhouse. I thought it was so cute. I just love how the collections in Place and Time match things like the ABC Primer collection and Happy Hauntings and things like that. September, the ruler is cut out here in the ABC stamps. Again, the month and some of the tags and postcards. Tags again. The little calendar. I chose orange as an accent color for September. And I love this glum little face we're looking at his all of the work that he's got there. And I glossy accented the apples. Let's see here. Can't figure out how to get my tablet here to zoom out, but I've got a new camera. I just need to get a tripod for it and figure out how to tape on it, but maybe my next one will be less shaky. Okay, October. I used the stickles again on the tag to sparkle up the little trick-or-treater of the little witch's dress, and the tag at the back with pumpkin and stickles on the candle. And I just love this paper. It's just so sweet and charming, and I like Halloween paper that's cute and not too gory. Postcards. I put distress stickles on the black cat, and I'm not sure if I like how it turned out, but that's okay. Postcard, tag, calendar. So I chose black as the photo mat for October, and I stickled up the pumpkins, and I think that looks pretty cute. I love that image. It's just so darling with the little child underneath the sheet. It's so cute, and I glossy accented the sheet there, and there's that came out of this pocket here. Okay, that's October. Again, accented with Nutcrackers Sweet, because I did not have any other really purple paper other than that, so I had to cut up a few pieces. Okay, November, and I glossy accent on just that one little pumpkin in the tree, and some more cutouts from the paper collection. There were so many beautiful cutouts. The hard part was deciding, I think the hardest part for me was deciding which piece of the paper was I going to flip over and which tags was I going to sacrifice to make the pockets on each page. Because there's 3 bands, as you probably know, on the back of each page, and it's hard to decide which one to use. Okay, a bit of stickles on the postcard. And the November calendar. Pretty little tags from the collection. And I just used sort of a neutral, creamy cardstock. And I inked all the edges of everything just lightly with Vintage Photo. I don't like the raw edge look, but I didn't want it too distressed either and too inky, so I inked just around the edges a little bit and made some light lines with the Vintage Photo. And I love the baker with the glossy accents on her apron and stickles here. So that's November, which I thought was really cute. Lots of beautiful cutouts for every month. And December, I used some paper with a light snowy background, tag from the collection, little strip of paper here. I love this image of Santa and the children. I think it's really, really sweet. And oh, I kind of squashed my piece of my paper here. I forgot to put the multi-mat on this piece, and I'll have to go back and do that. Some stickles in just little parts of the cutouts here. In December, of course, I chose red cardstock to accent, and the cute little tags and photo mat. And I just used stickles here on the holly berries and the ribbon. And then the back of December is plain for photos. And this paper that I use sort of as the end papers is Teresa Collins, and then the back is just plain. And that's that. Okay, thanks for watching. And I urge you to give it a try. Try to, go and watch Claire's video if you haven't seen it yet. She is absolutely an amazingly talented artist and crafter here on YouTube. And her video for Place and Time is amazing, and I hope you go and check it out and you're inspired to give it a go. Thanks for watching.